Manga-Waido.
My name is Ryotaro Kuyama. I've been restless since I was a child, always annoying my parents. According to my mother, the only time I was quiet was when I was watching train shows. I was diagnosed with a developmental disorder by a pediatric psychiatrist when I was in elementary school. After that, I began to confront my traits while getting medical treatment and therapy. I was fortunate to have good friends during my school days, and I was able to spend my time without major troubles. I was also lucky enough to find a job at a company that understood me. I've been diagnosed with a developmental disability. However, I've been devising ways over the years to make sure I don't forget what I need to do by using task apps. And I've developed the habit of vibrating my phone and taking deep breaths periodically so that I don't overconcentrate and lose sight of my surroundings. I will do my best not to inconvenience you. Best regards.
Well, actually, my grandson has ADHD too. And he's been trying his best to work around it just like you. You seem bright and honest. I'm sure you'll do well here. I look forward to working with you.
Thank you! I joined a company called Manhwa Pack, which deals with packaging machines. I told everyone during my introduction that I have a developmental disability. Some of my seniors looked at me like I was annoying, but it wasn't good for me or the people around me to work with my disability hidden. I had no intention of hiding it at all. I always have a voice recorder with me so that I don't miss any instructions. But please understand that this is to facilitate my work. If I behave inappropriately, please do not hesitate to instruct me. Thank you very much. After I introduced myself, Sawada, the employee who had been glaring at me, came up to me.
Are you serious about your disability? Are you on any medications or anything?
I'm not on any medication, but I have a diagnosis. I'm sorry if I caused you any inconvenience.
Ha, to be honest, I don't like people with disabilities.
I see.
You guys think that if you say, I have a disability, you'll be forgiven for anything, don't you? I don't care if you're disabled or not. Prepare yourself.
Yes! I'll do my best! Except for Sawada, everyone was kind to me, and I was able to get used to the company by being politely taught. I would sometimes cause some trouble, but the seniors would kindly follow up, and it didn't become a big deal. But Sawada didn't think well of me.
It's nice to be pampered just because you're handicapped, isn't it?
What? That's not...
It disgusts me to see a spoiled brat like you. You're a little brat who can't even keep their desk in order. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Sawada slammed down a stack of papers on my desk and left. Apparently, he was frustrated because of a dispute with a client at a sales meeting. As I was picking up the papers, Mitani-san, a senior who had just returned from work, came running up to me.
Are you okay? Did you drop it?
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm always causing you trouble.
That's not true, Koyama. Your mistakes have been decreasing lately, and you're doing your job very efficiently. I think you're in good shape.
Thank you very much. It's all possible because of your guidance, Mitani-san.
I have a lot to learn from you, too.
From me? Mitani-san is bright and cheerful, trusted by clients, and a senior whom I admire. What on earth would such a senior learn from me?
I can't clean up after myself, and I interrupt people. I went to a psychiatrist, and he said I was in the ADHD gray zone.
What? Is that so?
That's why I watch what you do and try to do the same, you know?
Mitani-san pointed to my drawer, which was partitioned by cases. It's what I use to organize the business cards and documents I receive from customers, so they don't get mixed up.
I bought the same case as you, and I'm doing it too, see?
You're right! This case is so convenient. I use it at home too.
Yeah, I also bought a voice recorder because you seem to be using it so efficiently. I always tried so hard to take notes, but this is so convenient because I can record at the touch of a button.
Yes, it is. Just having it gives me a sense of security.
I'll keep copying your good ideas as I find them.
Yes! The negative feelings from Sawada's nagging blew away when I spoke with the cheerful Mitani-san. But the more I got along with Mitani-san, the harder Sawada's attitude became. Even I could tell. Sawada probably likes Mitani-san.
Hey, Kayama! I lent you the pamphlet I handed out at last year's exhibition. Where did you put it?
I'll get it out now!
Hurry up! Damn, what a dirty desk.
I'm sorry. I've got the pamphlets collected here.
Get it out now! What the hell do you think you're doing with my time?
I'm sorry! Yelling so loud it makes me break out in a cold sweat, and I can't even do what I'm usually able to do. While I search for the documents, Sawada...
This is why I don't like people with disabilities. Why did the boss even hire someone like you?
He repeatedly grumbled his resentment in a whisper. When I finally found the desired pamphlet and handed to him, Sawada said,
You're worthless.
He whispered in my ear and walked away.
What? Were you having an argument with Sawada-san just now?
No, it's fine. Mitani-san, can I put a shelf on my desk?
A shelf?
Can I bring a tower-type shelf? The one I have at home so I can sort my papers.
Of course you can, if it'll get your work done more efficiently.
Thank you! I don't want Sawada yelling at me anymore. I'm aware that I'm not very good at keeping things in order, so I did what I could right away and made an effort so I could keep the work running smoothly. Sawada usually doesn't even acknowledge my efforts, even on the shelves I put up.
Can't you at least keep things tidy without all this junk?
He finds everything I do annoying after all. I had a chance to hear why Sawada hates people with disabilities so much. I was at a drinking party when Sawada got drunk and got involved with me.
Hey, Koyama, pour me out.
Yes!
What is this? There's too many bubbles. You really are useless. That's why people like you.
I'm sorry.
Want to know why I don't like people with disabilities? It was in middle school. I would tease an old man with bad eyesight. School found out and I got in trouble with the principal.
How did you tease him?
I would just block their way. I also kicked his cane down the drain. And the principal even called my parents over for that. I was going to go to high school with a scholarship, but that went down the drain. That old man pisses me off just thinking about it.
That's awful. Sawada continued to be harsh on me after that. To be honest, I was fed up. And just looking at Sawada's face made me sick to my stomach. All the other employees were nice to me. Some of them even praised me for what I was good at. I loved trains since I was a child, and I still read railway-related magazines at home in my spare time. Using that knowledge, I advised my boss who was going on a business trip. If you take this line and this bus, you can make it a one-day trip. And on another occasion, I told a senior who was having trouble because of train delays, if you take a cab here and get on at this station, you'll make it in time. Doing so, I began to achieve compliments like,
You're better than the app!
These things made me so happy that I was willing to go to work despite Sawada's sarcasm. But Sawada finally decided to harass me in the worst way. It was the day of the company trip. I arrived in front of the company 20 minutes before the meeting time. Wait, no one's here and there's no bus. What's going on? There was no one there and the place was quiet. No way! I remembered an exchange we had a few days ago.
Hey, Koyama, did you hear? They changed the meeting time for the company trip to 11.
I understand. Thank you for telling me. That was a lie! I called Sawada, and after dozens of calls, I finally got through. Sawada-san, I'm in front of the company right now.
What are you talking about? The bus already left.
Lively, joyful voices could be heard on the end of the phone. But you said it was changed to 11.
Did I say that? Maybe you just misheard me. Well, it's fine. It's a nuisance to have people with disabilities here, so you don't have to come. If you really want to come, why don't you catch up? See ya! Don't expect any souvenirs.
I knew it! Sawada had set me up and left me behind. I was so angry. I thought about calling Mitani-san, the director, but I stopped fiddling with my phone at once. You told me to catch up. Okay, if that's what you want. 2 hours later, hello! Is everyone arriving now? Was there traffic on the road?
Huh? You? How did you get here?
I greeted everyone at the entrance of the hotel, sipping my drink in an elegant manner. What do you mean? I just took a normal train ride.
No way! How can you arrive all the way here before the car?
It's pretty easy if you take the local train and bus. More importantly, why did you lie about the meeting time? Employees came up from behind Sawada and said,
What's going on?
And were surprised when they saw me. Wait, Koyama, I heard you're taking the day off because you had a fever.
Sawada-san was the one who got the call from Koyama about taking a day off, right?
Sawada, what's going on?
Well, this is what happened. This is a voice recorder that I always have on me to make sure I don't miss any instructions. Sawada's voice saying the meeting time has been changed was also perfectly recorded. I was left behind, so I came here by train.
Is that so? That's why Sawada-san stopped me from trying to contact you.
No, it's a misunderstanding.
What misunderstanding? What do you think you're doing picking on our juniors?
Manager, this isn't the first time Sawada-san's been picking on Koyama.
Mitani, what are you saying?
I said let's talk to the boss about it once we have enough evidence. Right, Koyama?
Yes, I've got plenty of nasty remarks and abusive language on my recorder. I'll organize the data and submit it to you when I get back to the office. What? It's a company trip today. I'd like to enjoy the beach over there. Is that okay? When I suggested it with a smile, the manager was a bit perplexed and said,
Right, let's check in first. Sawada, your punishment will be handed down after a thorough investigation. You better prepare yourself after the weekend.
yes. Then we enjoyed our company trip. Sawada disappeared after dinner. A note was left in his room saying, I don't feel well, so I'm going home. If he leaves now, the last train will be over before he gets to the station. Is that okay?
It's fine. He's an adult. He can take care of himself.
I'm at Deutsche Station. Tell me how to get home. You're a train geek, aren't you? I got a message from Sawada in the middle of the night, but I pretended to be asleep and ignored it. I then organized Sawada's outburst and submitted it to the general manager. After the department had discussed the matter with the president was furious and moved Sawada to a subsidiary. At the subsidiary, it seems that everything Sawada did was all over the wire. Sawada was bullied and ignored by the bureaucrats and strict bosses, and he resigned voluntarily because he couldn't stand it any longer. It's your fault! You set me up! He would send voicemails like that, but I blocked his calls since he's someone I no longer have to associate with. I heard a rumor Sawada was having a hard time finding a new job after that due to the recession. He got what he deserved, and there's nothing I can do about it, so I decided to forget about him. I've been working at the company since Sawada left, and I've been enjoying myself. I was getting closer to Mitani-san, and I'm trying my best to be accepted as a man and a member of society. Developmental disabilities are not curable, and there will be times when I will cause problems for those around me. But I hope I can prevent as many mistakes and contribute to the company. Okay, I'll keep working hard!